Ellie Richard is just delightful, all smiles. But if you look carefully, she struggles to breathe. That's why the oxygen tube.
We believe that she has a fairly rare lung disease called neuroendocrine cell hyperplasia, which is called NEHI, N-E-H-I. It's a pretty rare, when you know as well, it's a congenital lung problem for which unfortunately we don't have any magic cure for.
Ellie was first diagnosed after her mom noticed her eye was turning in. That led to a number of tests. Her eye was fine, but the doctor noticed her unusual breathing. It took a huge medical effort to get an initial diagnosis. So few doctors had seen anything like it. She's one of only 2 in Canada. Now they are trying to fine-tune what they know.
Because it's so rare, they're trying to pinpoint exactly what form of this NEHI it is. And so the doctors went into her lungs yesterday, removed 2 samples of her lung tissue. A pathologist will then try to determine exactly what form of this disease she has.
Ellie needs constant oxygen, or she has terrible symptoms, sickness, seizures. She's on a feeding tube and needs an almost constant food supply because she burns energy quickly as her body struggles for air. Yet she has managed to thrive.
Uh-oh. Now?
Can you say hockey? Hockey. Say hockey.
She is meeting her milestones. She even shows off her walking for us.
This is new. These are Ellie's first steps.
Yeah.
Wow.
Of the very few children diagnosed with NEHI, some do see their lungs repair themselves over years. Others need a transplant. But because so few have it, not much is known about whether that's the best option.
We really are trying to avoid lung transplant. She's very young. It has been done in some of these children. Most of these children with lung growth, things get better. And that's what we're really hoping for. Lung transplant is really last ditch, if you will. The big problem with lung transplant is that it's a very major operation with very real risks.
And for now, Ellie's illness is just a mystery. The battle for most children begins at diagnosis. With Ellie, it's just a struggle to get a complete diagnosis.
I think the unknown is for sure a big stressor because we don't know what her future can look like. We don't know if it's progressive. We don't know that when she's, getting into her teens that she's not going to be, more oxygen dependent or, sicker or have more incidents of illnesses. We don't know what her immune status is going to be like.
While they wait for more information, they care for Ellie at home, isolated from others, afraid of infections. Caring for Ellie is exhausting. She has trouble sleeping and requires those frequent feedings.
We're in a bubble for sure, and you do a lot of stuff to get out of the bubble and try to have a bit of normalcy, but it's hard because
Tiring.
it's a lot just to get her out the door to begin with because we have to take all of her stuff with us.
But Roxanne is thankful for the entire team. It carries Ellie forward.
If it weren't for CHEO, she wouldn't have a diagnosis. She wouldn't have the good quality of life that she is having. I mean, she struggles daily, but she's at least home, and she's, we're working on discovering things for her. And the more research that goes into all of these kinds of things, Ellie's story is just going to start things at CHEO.
She is oblivious to the efforts around her. She has periodic frustrations about being tethered to her vital oxygen supply, but she's doing her part, fighting.